Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between Jaedong and Rain here on Central Plains. Right side of the map, right at the 3 o'clock position, is going to be the yellow Zerg player Jaedong. And in the top left-hand corner, we have the teal Protoss player. It's Rain. Ooh, Rain. Rain is the ASL champion for Africa Star League Season 5. Back in May 2018. He was succeeded by Effort, but man, he was incredible. ASL champion is serious businessman. Season 5, preceded by Flash, and then succeeded by Effort. So, I mean, this guy knows what he's doing. He's one of the top Protoss players on planet Earth, if not the best Protoss player on planet Earth right now. And what needs to be said about Jaedong? What more needs to be said about this player other than he's the greatest Zerg player ever to play the game, right? Is anybody going to disagree with that? Is anybody going to come into the comments and say, Falcon, actually, no. This other guy, I believe Effort is better, right? I haven't heard anybody ever say that. So if you have an argument as to why Jaedong is not the greatest Zerg player ever, please let me know. I would be extremely excited to hear it. Anyway, playing under the Smurf account name QUEKHOI, Rain today. Throwing up that right straight up gateway, no big complaints there. It looks like we are hatching first here from Jaedong, based on the number of drones he's got and the amount of supply he has and the complete lack of a pool right now. So it is going to be about a 12. Let's say 12 hatch. Is that drone going to finish? And yep, there it is. All right, so it's 12 hatching it. Pretty standard stuff. Hatch first versus Protoss can be pretty darn safe. He's doing it blind right now, mind you. He doesn't know what's going on. This could easily be a 2-gate opener, some kind of a proxy 2-gate, which would be really problematic, but Jaedong seems to be feeling safe enough to go for the hatch first play. And there's the pool down at 11 supply. Get an extractor soon after that, because you really do need gas, at least for metabolic boost, as if all you have to deal with incoming attacks from Protoss are slowlings and sunken colonies, you might have a bad time. You really do at least want to get speed going for your lings. As I always say, in any RTS, speed is an upgrade you want to get for any unit that you use. Somebody pointed out last time I said that, well, the scout speed is never upgraded. That is very true, because scouts never get any use at all. So anything that gets used, period, is going to have the speed upgrade. Yeah, check this action out. Central Plains has these little eggs too. These eggs allow workers to go through, so you can expand places, but it doesn't allow attacking units to get through that easily. Yep, here we go again for third base. That is a very quick third, so no gas from Jaedong. Third base here to the north versus Rain. Absolutely ridiculously amazing stuff here. Alright, so the eggs, again, really just prevents attacking units from getting down here and wrecking this stuff. Only probes and only drones and only SCVs can get on through there. Probe comes in for the scout, just to, you know, just to see what's going on here. And the answer is a totally gasless opening here out of Jaedong. So both players playing pretty greedily. It was a 1-gate into expansion here. The gas is incoming for Rain right now. And yeah, this probe just hanging out at the top here. I think maybe it did try to scout in and see what was going on. I'm not sure what you're planning on doing up here, to be entirely honest with you. What are you working on, Mr. Probe? But there are lings cruising across the map. From Jaedong right now, there are zealots holding this ramp. Is there another zealot on the way? There is not. These two zealots are going to have to do all of their damage, all of their holding here. Are they going to be able to do it? It kind of looks like they are. I don't see any room to squeak on by that side. And you can't get through here as lings. Again, that's a worker-only pass there. So they'll work on it, right? I mean, this thing has a lot of armor. So basically, it's 1 damage per shot on these lings, and eventually they will get through there. But it's going to take him a very, very long time, is what I'm trying to say. Meanwhile, Probe's still doing nothing up there. At all. Now Probe actually heard me, came on in, and said, let's just scout around, see what's going on. Let's go ahead and check to see if there's a Hydralisk Den on the way. There definitely is. The Hydralisk Den on the way. Round 2 of killing eggs is very happily working here. The Probe comes in, sees the macro hatch. I mean, just really sees how greedily Jaedong is playing this right now. He really wants to get in, but then there's another round. There's another section of eggs you have to get through to get down there and do any harassment at all on the workers. It's just not worth it, man. Lings, really not what you want to try to use to get this thing done. Where is this probe at? I saw you. Here you are. Here you are, you little thing. They're still, man, they're still doing stuff. Ling's still kind of poking up that ramp. Not really working out for them at all here. Okay. Ooh, a pylon coming up north right now out of rain. I'm liking this. I'm liking this play now. Lings again getting chased away by the Zealots. There's enough Zealots to chase them away and to hold the ramp, which is a pretty darn good position here. And actually, are you helping? Why would you help? Why would you help the Zerg get in here? That seems like a really, really bad idea. Huh. All right, well, Overlord scouting on in. Let's see what's going on. And actually, no, going to die, unfortunately, to this Corsair. What is this pylon for? Was that a cannon? Wow, all right. Tossing a cannon up to try to harass. Oh, this is amazing. This is some really great stuff out of rain. I'm liking it immensely. How do you even deal with this? I guess you bring an Overlord over to scout the high ground. Right? I mean, what can Jaedong see right now? Nothing. He sees nothing, but he has an inkling there's something going on up there because there's a probe running around, and he can't get up. So now, see this? You can see Hydra does he start shooting this down. Hydra, no, it's too late. The cannon is done. The drones are pulled. So frustrating. So incredibly frustrating here. This is just going exceptionally well for Rain. He's holding his own, and I'd say he has a lead right now. I'm sure there's Lings and there's Hydras out, but there's a bunch of Zealots. There's a Dragoon. This push has got to get a lot of stuff done here because Rain has effectively shut down the third base for Jaedong for the time being. So Hydra's actually pretty great here against Zealots if they don't have that speed upgrade. Especially the... and if your control is also Jaedong level, you're going to be fine. Zealots taking shots. Ling's getting... there licks in there too. Dying, but taking a Zealot with them. Probes coming in for the assist as well. Hydra's just absolutely sitting at the bottom of this ramp and doing work right now. Hydra does go down. Zealot fighting here as well. Probes trying to get on top of these Hydras and to kill them. Pretty good stacking to get in there. A lot of probes going down, but allowing the Zealots to actually get right on top of these Hydras and get the damage done there too. Are you going to pull back is the question. I don't know, but there's no charge. There's no speed on the way. No Zealot legs. Hydras, are there enough of them to actually take down these cannons at this point? I don't know if there are. Hydras are heading home. Wasn't able to break on through. There's a cannon for safety. And Reaver finishing up production right now. That's really good. Reaver is such a great thing right now for Rain. So a couple Hydras die here. Maybe 2 or 3 go down. Cannons are pretty good, actually, against Hydralisks. My goodness, is that 4 Hydralisks dead? I think that was 4 Hydralisks dead. Good golly. Dude, kill the pylon. Just kill the pylon. Seems like a pretty darn good use of resources. Now, you do not see Reavers against really anything without shuttles. That is something that was discovered very, very early on in StarCraft, is Reavers are amazing. They hit like trucks. They do splash damage. They are almost invaluable versus Zerg, but they are slow. They cannot move at all. And as I mentioned, speed is really, really important in RTS games. If you don't have speed, you might as well be dead. So that's where the shuttle comes in. It's a very symbiotic relationship. Shuttle can't do damage, but guess what? Reavers can. And Hydra's actually performing... Jaedong gets the idea to harass from the high ground here, thanks to those cannons, which is a little bit hilarious. Sunken getting into that pylon. Here comes the Reaver drop. Zealots in here to try to mess stuff up. And by that I mean Reaver does get dropped on the high ground here. What are you going to fire on? Going to try to take down this Jaedong hatchery. Hydra's kind of shutting down a little bit here. Natural base. Still totally fine, though. For Rain, not really worried about it at all. So shut down that base. Jaedong is expanding down the right side here, too, though. He's looking pretty good. Man, maps or games on this map are really, really weird. They are exceptionally strange here. He did not take down that shuttle. No, he didn't. He thought about it. He tried to with the Scourge, but Scourge running into cannons is never a great thing at all. Some cannon setup looking pretty darn good here. Hydras, once again. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Good Reaver shot. Can do a good work here. Bam! 3 Hydras down. And Reaver gets picked up and goes back to work. Meanwhile, expanding over at this direction. Rain going for that sucker. He's expanding twice right now. Is that 2 Nexuses in production? No, that is not a Nexus, but it could be. He's thinking about it. But heading up this way, we've got some Hydras. We've got some Scourge. Hydralisks patrolling around their attempt to take a... Well, Jaedong's attempt to take a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th base right now. at 9 minutes. By golly, he's being so greedy. Reaver shot! Oh, did that actually hit? That didn't hit. Sometimes they explode. Sometimes the animation of the explosion happens, but it's actually timed out, and it doesn't do any damage at all. Scourge looking for that shuttle. Where are you, shuttle? Well, there's some Corsair. That's not really what we're looking for. Cannon problematic. Yeah, and the Scourge are out. So the Scourge are not doing what they want to do. Chasing that shuttle away, I guess that counts. That's pretty good stuff. Good micro here on the Hydras. Oh, and the Sunken getting in on the action too. Zealot is going to die. It takes a lot of shots, but will eventually go down. No upgrades for those dudes at this point. We are not actually even working on upgrades. Rain seems to be entirely disinterested in doing that. Scourge still trying to find purchase. Still trying to find an area in which they can take down a shuttle. Is there a shuttle for us to kill? We don't really want to kill Corsairs right now. We don't care about them. But if we could kill a shuttle, it would make us so happy. Maybe not. Ouch. Getting killed by cannons. That's bad. Now there's only one. I can't kill a shuttle. How deliciously embarrassing this is. Maybe get a shot off of what is coming out of that Stargate, possibly? I don't know. Well, it does manage to not fly past a cannon, so that's totally fine. All right, so 92 to 82 supply. Yep. Scourge goes down. Right now, Jaedong is ahead. And if you're a Protoss player, that is bad news. That is bad news for you. Crikey, it's so terrible. Additional hatches on the way. Jaedong, if he's down at this position, he's okay. Nope. No shuttle for you. Really keeping this shuttle alive like a boss. Rain is killing it right now. That said, my goodness, Rain's going to have 4 bases fairly soon. That 4th Nexus is warping in. Jaedong's on 5 bases, which is great, but Rain's keeping up. He's keeping up in economy. He's getting Storm. He's getting High Templar. He's got more Reavers in production. And it's just going to be... I just don't feel like this Hydra composition is really going to do it. Lurker aspect is being researched. So we will have Lurkers, which is pretty good, but... Man, Reavers in the hand of a Master, as Rain is, can be so hard to deal with as Zerg, no matter who you are. No matter if you're Jaedong or not. But if it's an attempted supply block there, temporarily supply blocked was Jaedong, but he pulled out of it by making additional Overlords. He's got 4 on the way. He's got 6 Lurkers in production and going for a Queen's Nest for that lair. Obviously, he needs Defilers in this situation. He needs Plague probably more than anything else right now. The Dark Swarm is not going to help against Storm or really help that much against the Reavers, but Plague will be pretty good against both of those units. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we go into an Archon transition out of Rain here, if he just keeps going with High Templar and Storm and Corsairs. It is a weird number of Corsairs. I wonder if he's worried about a Mutatech switch. A Mutatech switch would be pretty great here, as Reavers can't shoot up. Zealots can't shoot up. Cannons are okay against them, but he really needed something to dissuade about 15 Mutas showing up here and just giving him a hard time, so that's what the Corsairs are for here. Not a lot of Dragoons, basically. Not a lot of anti-air here from Rain, and he's compensating with these guys, which are pretty good. They are pretty good. You just have to watch out for roving bands of Scourge that can wipe you off the face of the earth. 135 to 112 supply. Jaedong is going for a 6th at the 12 o'clock. Rather, the 6 o'clock position, or possibly the 5:30 position. Oh, 3 Overlords, man. Almost supply blocked. Jaedong's at 143 out of 144 available supply. Are these Dropper Lord? These are Drop Lords, man. Unloading on the top here. And Dragoons are in production now. So we do have some decent anti-air. Rain decided maybe I shouldn't rely entirely, right? Entirely on my Corsairs. Storm on the high ground. So Blind Storm actually killing a bunch of these Hydras. Wow. That was pretty effective. Only 3 remaining here. And they're going to change themselves into Lurkers, trying to get something done there. This blue is freaking me out every time I see it. It makes me think there's an attack, but no, there's not. Those are just the eggs, as it turns out. Corsairs holding the middle of the map here. Map control does belong to Rain right now. Coming back home. These are going to be Lurkers attacking on the high ground. Another free Overlord. Supply block. No, Jaedong not supply blocked at all. These Lurkers spotting on the high ground of the Corsairs. They're going to be able to basically spot. Can you storm this distance is the question. I think he's waiting for them to burrow, possibly. Oh, gets the Reaver on the high ground. Gets the Reaver on the high ground. Hey, you're burrowed, huh? Wha-bam, wha-bam. Toast. Took some Lurker shots. No big deal. Wha-bam, wha-bam. Oh, Rain is clearing this out like a pro. He waited until the Lurkers were done. Ah, the stupid pathing. Look, it's getting caught. It's getting caught here. Oh, that's hilarious. Caught on the corner or something like that. Ling's cruising around the southern section of the map, going after Rain's 4th base or 3rd base. These are essentially coming up fairly simultaneously, I want to say. Can the Zerglings even get in here? There's Zealots and a Reaver. No, absolutely not. They were hoping there was a base here to kill, but there's not. not at all. Zergling's out. Zergling's in different random spots across the map. He just wants to keep tabs on Rain, see what he's doing. Jaedong is working on Consume. He's getting those Defilers. He's getting a Nidus Canal. Just, his bases are really spread out, so it makes a lot of sense for him to have Nidus Canals. And this, is this protected entirely by... No, that's a free ramp and that's a free ramp. So this is not protected by those eggs, but another free Overlord. Hydra's attacking on here too. They're taking out a couple of the Corsairs, but Overlord's down. Any time you can do that is going to be pretty good. It looks like Rain is kind of sacking his Corsairs right now, possibly to give him additional available supply. As the Overlord does survive right there. A little bit, it'd be sloppy for Rain otherwise. I want to ascribe intention to him on that one anyway. All right, so this is a lot of Lurkers and Hydras, man. Wow, this is a lot of Lurkers and Hydras. But we got Storm. Dark Swarm does not matter at all. Storm, Storm, Stormy to Storm. It's going to be all the storms across the sky right now. Everybody on the front lines is dead. Jaedong lost a ton of stuff there. We've got Consumes. That Overlord tries to wander in, gets murdered by Dragoons with +1 attack. They don't have incredible upgrades, but they're pretty good. Nevertheless, we're 16 minutes in right now. Pretty darn good. Additional High Templar coming to join the party. Lings up. Storm on the Lings. No. Storm on the Hydra. Zealots on the Hydra. Doing pretty good here, too. Not too shabby. This Defiler has been a hero Defiler, though. He's throwing up the Dark Swarm. You might get a Plague attempted up here on all these dudes. Where's the Plague? Nope. Dark Swarm up. Where's the Storm? The Lings are inside the Dark Swarm. The Dragoons are inside the Dark Swarm here, too. Nice Storms on the Lings, but you got to have more than that. I think Storm on the Hydra seems a pretty big priority. You got to take down that Defiler too. Any Zealots left in here trying to take down this Hydralisk, and they will, because again, they're not bothered by the Dark Swarm at all. And yes, it was the Zealots who did the work against that Defiler. 173 to 171 supply. Another great Dark Swarm. Another great Storm in response, though. Bunch of stuff going down, but more Lings cruising on in. Another Dark Swarm. This is Jaedong levels of Storm, you guys. This is what I'm talking about. Getting right on top of this army. The Archon really trying to make something happen here. As he actually taking a lot of damage, but 13 kills, and nevertheless, Zealots holding their own, except against the Lurkers. They don't do very well against Lurkers. If it was just Hydras here, they might be okay, depending on the micro available here. But actually, Jaedong holds a fairly massive attack out of Rain. But I guess he's coming in to the 6th. Yeah, that's right, a bunch of Zealots. There's a Lurker holding the door here, but that's not going to be enough for sure. Any more Archons in production? Yes, Archon's on the way here from Rain. We've seen this before against Jaedong. Against Jaedong. Hatch goes down. Bunch of Zealots die in the process, but I'm sure... Where are the Zealots even going? Why are you wandering around in Lurker Town, guy? I don't know what that was. That was weird. And all the Zealots die. I guess they really didn't have anywhere else to go. They were going to die anyway, right? Right. Chitinous plating. Are we going to see Ultras? Jaedong has an Ultralisk Cavern. Ultralisks could be pretty interesting, replacing the 6th base, expanding up here. So we got 5 bases from Rain, 6 from Jaedong, 10 Zealots at a time being produced. Do they have the additional upgrades they've been needing for a while now? No, they still have the +1, and +2 is just about done, so we're close enough. Hey, is that Kadir an Amulet? Yes, working on +50 available Templar energy when they're maxed out. Where's your detection? There it is. Lurkers pulling back to additional Lurkers because why not? At this stage, Zergling's cruising on in, taking some serious hits. Whap, whap, whap. Archon's showing the time there as well. All right, man. So 6th base is just about done. We've been Nidus Canal hanging out here again with our blinky, blinky green lights. Everybody popping out. It's a party. It was a Hydralisk Lurker party on the inside. Lings getting caught out in the middle of the map, running for their lives right now. But pretty big Zerg swarm down here in the left-hand corner. This is a good match. This is a really, really good ZVP. I'm glad I chose to cast this one. Archons fighting Zealots. Trying to get in here too. Good Storm on the Lurkers. Decent, beautiful Storms on these Lurkers right now. And that's what you need if you're Rain. Counterattack of Lings coming up as their Defiler support. I don't know if there is. I'm not sure how much it actually matters or not. But yeah, he can't stand. Jaedong cannot stop this onslaught. He's going for the counterattack. Instead, it's 170 to 151 supply. He's got the lead. The Archon count is a little bit disgusting. Their +2 attack here. Killing Overlords. This, that base is toast. So gonna lose that sucker. Where is the Storm? Where is the Storm? High Templar. Where is your Storm? He doesn't have energy. Now he does. But is he gonna die first is the question of the day here. He's got to cast something. Oh, man. All right, so this basically still attacking on in. Still Archons in the southern section of the map. Just Lings and Hydras getting tossed at it all the livelong day. Dark Swarm and Ling is pretty much what you want here. Archon does get exploded after getting several Zergling kills, though. Jaedong manages to hold the attack just through sheer macro and it actually killing one of Rain's bases up north here, too, at the 1230 position. They're more actually going to work on taking down these eggs. The Zerglings are 3-2. They have better upgrades than their counterparts over on the Protoss side of things, which is great. Anabolic Synthesis coming in, which is pretty darn good, too. 182 to 122 supply. Rain, this is a desperate last gasp attempt from him. He tried to get the attack in. He couldn't do it. He lost a base in the process. He's not replacing it. He needs to kill something right now. I don't know what it is. This 7th base Jaedong has tossed up. Why not? Why not that one? Why not some free Zerglings? That seems totally fine, too. Maybe a free Hydralisk. Maybe that'll get the mojo back. Seems possible, doesn't it? But, man, you are down 30 supply to the greatest Zerg ever to play the game. And I know you're Rain, and I know you're really, really great at this, but this is not looking good for you at all right now. Not replacing this 5th. It kind of blows my mind. He's got the resources for it if he wanted to, but he's still got income from a couple of these bases. He's expanding down the left side. Maybe he feels like that's a safer place to be, right? Just an incredibly, and it's safer location. Here we go. Shuttle with Reavers. Where were those in that final battle? That's what I would like to know. Where's your detection? There it is. Decent shots off. These lurkers actually going down here. Nice plague. Beautiful plague all over these zealots. Decent hit there. Another plague. Oh, the shuttle goes down. The Reavers are plagued. They're getting directly shot at by Hydralisk. There's too much Zerg here. Everybody's dead. The Storm trying to make something happen, but it's just not looking good. 187 to 110 supply. Beautifully held by Jaedong. What else do we expect from this guy, though? I don't actually know. I don't know what else we can possibly expect here. High Templar running for their lives. They have storms. They've got storms. Turn down and toss a storm down here, guy. Turn around to make it happen. Storm on the Hydras and on the Lings. It's doing pretty good action here. Reaver getting a decent shot off. Lings cruising in from all directions. The Ultras have arrived. Plague is here too. Your cannons are going to do nothing against the power of Dark Swarm, Zergling, and Ultralisk. And that's your good game. Rain taps out and Jaedong is your winner in 22 minutes and 27 seconds. Woo! Alrighty then. That was one heck of a match. That was one heck of a CVP between two of the most elite players on planet Earth right now. Really, really a good time for me to cast there. Again, these weird egg things make for weird early games. They certainly do. As we saw the cannon rush attempt up here on this 3rd base Jaedong tried to establish. It got shut down eventually, but it did slow down the mining for some time. We had the high ground harass with Hydras over here and over here. You'll notice there's no high ground positions where you can actually just shut down an entire mineral line, but a part of it, right? That's what the balance is all about here. So really came down to that final battle. I mean, it was a big push by Rain. He didn't have any Reaver support, though, which I found very odd. I'm not sure where those Reavers went. Probably got picked off by a couple of Scourge at some point, but man, once you had these Cracklings, right? Are they 3-3? They are 3-3 Cracklings. They are fully upgraded Ultralisks with Anabolic Synthesis and Chitinous Plating. You got Hydras of 3-3. Yeah, man. This was too much. This was too much upgrade. Too much from the Zerg player. It was only... Oh, that lies. That's a liar. Let me back this up. Let me back this up a little bit and just check out those upgrades. Because he had at least +2. Where are they? Here are my guys. Yeah, so +2, but no armor upgrades and only +2. So Jaedong had the upgrade advantage there too pretty consistently. I mean, can we actually go back a little bit further and maybe find the attack, the big attack that failed? Is this the one? This might be the one. I don't know. I don't usually do this, but I kind of feel like I want to go back and watch this one. I mean, this is maxed out. This is 197 and 191. Jaedong has a lead, but it's not by that much because of the maxed out situation here. Bunch of Lings, bunch of scary, scary Lings, bunch of almost fully upgraded lurkers here too. Great storms, right? Great storms on the lurkers. The counterattack of Lings does not get stopped, and that's really what won Jaedong this game, is killing that base. But also this right now, is he pulling drones? No, he's transferring drones in the middle of the battle, which is amazing. The storms are really great. The Dragoon count is trying to kill some of these overlords. I think we might get distracted killing the overlords. But man, the Dark Swarm placement and just getting the lurkers inside the Dark Swarm was just so key here for Jaedong. And yeah, all the zealots are gone, except for these. Okay, never mind. They're effectively gone, though. The Archons are fighting, but they're taking lurker spines everywhere as they try to get rid of these guys. Eventually, can't even kill that lurker. Another swarm of Lings come in. There's just Lings and Hydras in production for Jaedong non-stop here. Another beautiful Dark Swarm. Not that it really matters, but it kind of makes it feel better. And that's it. And then suddenly it's 165 to 111 supply. I mean, that was 100 supply of Protoss going down. I guess counting these probes dying too. We should probably count that as part of that 100, but by golly. Beautiful display. All right, let's check out that final score. And fairly even Steven, man. 500 Zerg units produced, killed 152 Protoss units, but 152 of the 217 produced period by Rain is a good ratio for sure. Structures raised, 12 by Jaedong, 2, right? 2 total structures raised by Rain, and I know Overlords count as supply, so it's not exactly a fair comparison, but you got to be killing hatcheries. He killed a hatchery, that's about it. Sunken colonies needed to die there too, they were not. That's 2 raised. And then the resources across the board, Jaedong, man, more gas mine, more minerals mine, more total spent. And just too far behind there. Didn't make the trades he needed. Could not wipe out a base. Could not wipe out a huge base. Win that battle. And that was it. That was it for Rain. Jaedong reigned supreme. Holy smokes. That was a good one. All right. Well, that's going to be it. That is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. I am playing Baldur's Gate over on Twitch if you want to check that out. Again, Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out, thanks for checking it out, and thanks for being here. And you take care of yourself.